Greetings, my name is TheAdipose, and today we're looking at Shopkeep, or Shoppy depending on how on earth you pronounce that first name. This is going to be a beginner's guide to your first few days, how you can make a little bit of a profit, and how you can avoid making any little mistakes early on. So, let's get shopkeeping. Alrighty then, so straight into the game here. Now, first thing to point out is that this is early access, and I am making this tutorial on the 3rd of January 2016, so lots of things may have changed by the time that you are watching this video. But at the point I'm making this video, they've just done a whole bunch of changes and kind of made it so you have now K points or keep points, and kind of like loads of different ways of unlocking things. And I've been playing it kind of all weekend, and I'm going to go back and kind of make a tutorial to help you guys not make the same mistakes I made, because after all, we're still kind of early on. Now, there's some useful little tutorials here that I would suggest you read through, especially in regards to the controls. And I would also recommend you come into the options screen before you begin. This may be fixed by the time you play it, but for me, I need to click a resolution, even though it's automatically selected my default resolution. If you click the button, it makes the whole game a lot clearer. And if you've got a computer that can handle it, then I would recommend you turn on indoor shadows and some ambient occlusion as well. And I'm going to be turning the music off to avoid the copyright as we go. Now you have a decision. K-point gains. K-points are basically the points that let you unlock the better items or the extra abilities. Now, you can choose how quickly you unlock those points. And one of the things that may go wrong is if you make the wrong choices early on, you're really going to slow down the game, and it's going to be a real grind for you to get to the later one. So if you want to go easy or very easy, then basically the difference is that you'll just get loads and loads of these K points. But we're going to keep it on challenge, and we're going to see what we can do. And we're going to go to my shop, and we're going to make brand new one, and we'll go in. So in this guide, I'm just going to be taking you through maybe the first 2 or 3 days, which will probably take us about half an hour. And I'm going to talk about some of the little things that you can do kind of early on to get yourself moving a little bit quicker, and going through some of the mistakes. So some of the things that you could do that could really kind of cause you problems, and how to avoid them. So we'll get the shop opened as quickly as possible, and then we'll kind of start talking about what you can do and what you cannot do. Now, first up, this is the shop. This is your backstage, or your kind of preparation area where you can be able to do some crafting later on. It's Christmas here at the moment, so we have a beautiful reindeer hat, and this is our shop. We have 60 gold, which you can see behind me here, and we have 4 different numbers. You press number 1, you're in shopkeeper mode. Press number 2, we're in cleaning mode. Press number 3, and we're in build mode. And press number 4, and it's war. Now, we need to make the best use of our gold. So I'm just going to build some stuff here, and then I'll talk about why I did what I did. I'm going to build myself 3 little pedestals, which I'm going to put relatively near the front door. And then I'm going to go back to number 1, which is my shopkeep mode, and press Q, which brings up the order sheet. And this is where you order all your goods, and it's where you kind of level up, and it's where you do all sorts of things like this. And I'm going to order myself 1 frost resist potion and 2 health potions. And you can see at the bottom here that the total cost of what I'm ordering is shown here in white, 45, and my total gold is 48. So as long as what I'm ordering costs less than what I actually have in the bank, I can place order. And you can see that there's a little brown kind of package thing now, which is kind of winding down like a clock. And when that finishes winding down, then whatever we've ordered will appear over here. And that's when we're going to put it on here. Now, the reason why I did that particular combination is because it allows us to get 3 places to put our goods. And these are very cheap. These are only 4 each. And it gives us 2 different types of good. Now, basically the way the game works is that people walk past your shop, and they'll have things that they want. And if you have any of the things that you want, they'll come in and they might buy them from you. If you don't have any of the things that they want, they won't even come in. So what we're doing by having 2 different types of item, we're increasing the number of people that might want to come in. And later on, as we go into day 2 and day 3, we're going to try and get a 3rd item by tomorrow. We're going to try and get a 4th item by the day after that. Now, before we put this down, we need to decide what we're going to sell it for. At the bottom there, right-hand side, you can see it tells you what you bought it for and what you're going to sell it for. Now, if you make it too low, then you basically won't make any profit, or it'll take you too long to make any profits, or too long to make any real kind of money. If you set it too high, then you're going to get people coming in, looking at the cost of it and going, what? And basically walking off. So I'm going to sell these at 126, 125%. The reason why I would have just gone 125, but if I go to 126, I get an extra coin. You see that on those potions? So I'm going to stick the frost potion on there, and I'm going to stick the health potions on there. In fact, actually, I'm just going to swap those two over, and I'll explain why in a minute. And then we're going to open the shop. You go up to the door and you press E. The shop is open. You saw the day one thing, and now we are in phase one morning. And basically what we're going to do over these first few days is people are going to come in. Hopefully they'll buy something. As soon as we can reorder something, we will. At the moment, we can't. We've got 3 gold. We can't afford any more. If you look at the shopping one, it's 10 for a health potion. It's 25 for a frost resist potion. So as soon as someone buys a health one, we're going to buy another health one. As soon as someone buys a frost resist potion, we're going to buy another frost resist potion. The mornings are really slow. So the mornings, you can actually do a bit of kind of restocking and stuff, and you can't build anything, but you can kind of fill shelves and things while people are kind of turning up. The days when you're really busy, and the evening kind of slows down to a kind of crawl. Now, if we press Q again, you can see we've got this K point thing here. If I go across to skills, we've got K points, and K points allow you to unlock all of these abilities here. And some of them are things like stop thieves quite so much. Some of them speed up delivery times, but a lot of them unlock other things for you to do. One of them will unlock that back garden over there. One of them will unlock your cauldron, which will appear in your back stage area here. One of them will unlock more advanced barbarian goods. One of them will unlock mages to come and visit the shop. We need these K points. Now we just sold a health potion, so I'm going to place another one straight away. When we get later in the game, we'll place orders kind of in bulk. You know, you'll do a huge order. You'll order lots and lots of things in. But at this early stage, when we're basically living hand to mouth, or whatever the phrase is, basically as soon as someone buys something, we're going to order it, because we don't know how long it'll be till the next person comes in. Now, little trick here. I'm just going to move that one across. I'll explain why in a second. If a customer comes in and they don't like your price, they'll knock it off. The good literally off the table, and you've got to then pick it up and put it straight back on, and get it back on there as quickly as possible, because what actually happens is, that's another delivery in. What actually happens is say you got 2 customers coming together, and let's say they're both heading over here. If the first customer knocks it off or buys it, then the second customer will go, oh, well, the good isn't there, and they'll just they'll walk out. And frustratingly, at the moment, I hope they fix this in early access. If a customer walks towards this health potion and this one gets knocked off or bought, they won't then go to this health potion. They'll just walk back out the shop. So the quicker you can get one back on here, the better. And as you can see, the game does start off really, really, really slowly. And we're going to make a small profit today. We started with 60 gold, remember. So our goal is to get kind of over 100-ish, and then hopefully we'll be kind of over 450-ish on the third day. But there's a random element, it depends when people come in and how often they come in and what they're looking for. And, we'll just have to kind of see what happens. Now, what was I going to talk about? Now, there are things called quests here. Now, this is where one of the places I went really wrong is to get to quests, you go to your order screen, you click left to statistics, and it's down here. Now, these give you huge amounts of K points. You see that one there? It says 100 points. This one says 85 points. That's 150 points. But most of these quests you cannot do early on because you haven't unlocked the goods to sell. So, for example, this one here it says it's for non-mages and it requires me to sell helmets and swords and shields. Now, I can do swords and shields. I can't afford them, but I have got them unlocked. But I haven't unlocked helmets. So you're going to buy that one? Here he is. Now I'm going to move that one just over there, just in case there's someone else coming in to get that one. We're going to get that, and because he's just bought that, I'm going to place another order while we wait for the rest of the customers to come in. So what we're looking for is to be able to unlock other goods as quickly as possible. Not all of them, not mages and rogue goods and barbarian goods all at the same time, but at the very least we want to get to unlocking as many barbarian goods as we can, because then we can actually accept some of these quests. Because at the moment, for example, if I accept, let's just pick one here that I can't do. So I'll click this quest here, and you head over here, and you can see all of the things that you need to sell and gold plated. I mean, I haven't got any gold plated stuff at all, so that's a complete bust. There's nothing I can do about it. So I need to look for quests that I can approach. I can conceivably do. Good. We've just sold our frost resist potion, and I've got so much there I can actually now afford an extra health potion there as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one which it looks like I'm going to be able to do soon. This is a good one. Wooden shield, sword plane, plate helmet. There's also another one that says sell health potions and frost potions. If you see that one, grab it, because most of these quests you cannot do. And they update, the wiki says that they update every morning, every day, and every evening. So in theory, they should have just updated now. In fact, yes, they have. I mean, in fact, that one's actually telling me that one's actually frost potions, I think. Yeah, frost resist potions. So I'm going to switch to that one because I can actually complete that one now by selling frost potions. It'll probably take me a day or two. And that was one of the reasons where I went wrong early on, is because K points are rare. You need those K points to be able to unlock other items. You need those other items to be able to complete these quests, and these quests are what give you the K points. So you see, it's a kind of a vicious circle. If you're not able to complete the quests, you won't get the K points, but you need the K points to unlock the items. So what the game does is, at the beginning, you level up really quickly. We've just hit level 2. We'll probably hit level 3 by the end of the day. They give you K points early on, but if you spend your K points on some of the stuff that looks quite good but doesn't actually unlock the other goods, you're going to end up grinding to get them later. So what we are going to do is we are more or less going to save up our K points until we set 120. There's a couple of other ones we are going to get en route, but what we are really looking for is that 121, because that's going to open up a whole load more quests for us. Hopefully he's going to buy that. No, he knocked it on the floor. We'll put it straight back, and then hopefully this gentleman will buy it. See, if he buys that, oh, he only nicked it. Now, if someone nicks something, you press 4. You run after them as quickly as you can. You stab them in the back, or you can laser them. You quickly grab it back, and especially at this early stage, we need it back on the table because someone might be trying to go and buy it. Now, we will go and sweep that up later. The body. Oh, I can't pick it up. If you ever can't pick something up, just give it a little nudge, and then see what you can do. Oh, there we go. Now you will reach certain points where you can't order more things. Oh, hang on, we got another thief there. Now you gain XP when you kill these guys. Now be very, very careful. Do not kill innocent people, because people will leave your shop, and then you will be very sad. The shift button. Oh god! Oh dear God! Our shop is completely empty. The shift button gives us a sprint, but space gets nothing. Did someone just nick my? Oh no, he bought it. We're good. Whew! Thought we were getting ripped off all over the place there. The game is very frantic. At this early stage, you're literally kind of running around with just 1 or 2 little items here and there. Later game, you're just trying desperately to keep up with the vast amount of stock you've got in and all over the shop. So it's always frantic, but like in different ways. Now, before this particular patch, you could basically build any item you wanted right from the start, and you could go out here. Hopefully he's not going to nick this. Let's just make sure. Good, he bought it. We can't replace it yet. You can't ever have more than one order going at the same time, by the way. So unfortunately, if anyone walks into the shop now, like this guy, there's nothing to buy. But we did our best. So we'll just have to wait for it to come down, and we'll just get them restocked as quickly as possible. If you end up with a situation like this where there's absolutely you don't have any of the other alternative, then just stick something else on it for now. Because sometimes you get a weird situation where someone will be walking towards it. Someone will buy what's on it, like a frost potion. If you can replace it with something else, by the time they reach it, they might actually buy the new item as well. Oh, did he just nick that? He did. Get off. I believe that is mine. Now, your shop will from time to time require cleaning. And to do that, you press number 2 and you clean. And you don't look at the dirt when you do it. Don't look down. You have to look kind of straight forward. And then you'll get the kind of little animation. You can actually kind of hold it down, actually, just it kind of waggles automatically when you get there. Just make sure that when you've got the broom out, you need to change back to your shopkeeper mode by pressing 1. Get there quickly. He didn't like that. Just make sure you get back to your shopkeeper mode before you get there. Before you can actually use those kind of tools. So here we are again. We're just buying and buying and buying and buying and buying and buying, and it'll feel like little bits and little bits. And we're now in the evening. You can see the phase has changed here, and you can see, if you see above the evening, you can see a countdown as well. So you can always see how long you've got left in the morning and the day and the evening. And at the end of it, we'll kind of calculate our kind of profits, and we'll work out what we're going to do next time. Now, you've got a bit of a choice coming up at the end of the first day, because you probably want to buy something else to put your goods on. And you can buy more pedestals, or you could buy a table, or you can spend some K points and you can buy a bookcase. Now, there's pros and cons to each choice. The good thing about the pedestals is they're ridiculously cheap. Only 4 for each one. Another good thing about the pedestals is you can put lots of different things on them. The bad thing about the pedestals is they're kind of fiddly and they're all kind of far away from each other, and it doesn't feel kind of as good. I know that's a bizarre thing to kind of say. The good thing about the table is that you've got it unlocked straight away. You don't have to spend any K points. It costs 25, but you can't put any of these items on it. You can only put on things like shields and swords on there, which does give us other items to buy. But you can't put the potions on there. The bad thing about I thought I had some stuff arriving and I don't. That's awkward. 25. The bad thing about the bookcase, or the case, is that it's going to cost me some K points to get it, and it costs 50. But I am going to go for the bookcase. It's probably the not most efficient one to go for the bookcase, but I can put 3 different types of item on it. And it's kind of, I don't have to kind of keep doing this kind of moving around. It's easier to kind of keep stocked. Do make sure that you actually press the order button. It's very easy to do something like health potion, gloves, miss this or not quite click this, and you're expecting an order to come, and actually it's not. And then so you look back later and it's still just sitting there. But that can be helpful though, because then sometimes you don't have to always order when you click things on. So as soon as you see you need something, you can just kind of click it on. I've put those 2 backwards. Not that it matters where you put things particularly. 64. You've got 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Actually, no, I'm not going to order the health potion. I'm going to hope one of these other things sells. Because what I'd really like to be able to do is to have 3 types of goods. 3 types of goods on the bookcase by tomorrow. But we'll see. I think we're just going to miss it, actually. 1 minute 29 remaining. That's me being indecisive. Now, you'll notice we have K points. We actually have 52 K points. We've got that because we've leveled up twice. We're now on level 3. If you look at the top. And every time someone buys something, you gain a little bit of a K point. You see that there's a big K up the top right. Every time that whole thing fills up to 150, you gain, I think it's 1 K point. And And that's why it turns into a bit of a grind later on, because if you don't use your XP from the first few levels wisely, or wisely is the wrong word, as the game expects you to, you can actually get in real trouble there. I was trying to move that across. I could see this guy was walking towards this plinth here, so I was trying to get that across as quickly as possible. This is good. We've got 27 seconds remaining, and we've got 84. Damn it, no, I need 90. I need 90, and I need enough goods. We've got 15 seconds left, and as soon as the time runs out, they're all going to run away. Oh, he didn't buy it. Where did it go? And because he threw it on the floor, the next customer didn't buy it either. Come on, buy something, sir. See that? They turned and ran. Turned and ran. And that's it. That's our first day over with. And when all of these guys leave, then the doors will close and we'll be able to kind of build new things. And like I said, so this is just a choice. I am going to choose to build the shelf because I like it. You could probably make more money by doing lots of these kind of plinth things. Are they called plinths? Pedestals. You could probably make more money by doing lots of pedestals early on. But I just like things kind of organized this way. Now, to unlock the shelf, we're going to go back to shopkeeper mode. We're going to go over to our skills, and we're going to spend some of these 52k points. And if you go to this one here that has a picture of your kind of shop in it, you can see these are all the different kind of places to put goods. And to unlock the shelf will cost me 5k points. I'm also going to spend 5k points on anti-haggle, which means I get 10% more for every sold item in the shop. So without me even raising the prices, I'm going to gain a little bit more money each time. I could have actually done that during the level. Like if I'd have been really on the ball, then during that first level, as soon as I got 5 points, I could have pressed that already, and it would have given me more money without necessarily annoying them anymore. And I'm also going to buy this one. Customers tend to unlock more items after their first purchase. I'm actually tempted by this 20% one. No, don't do it. You need to save up. This is where I went wrong on my playthrough, is if you spend too many K points on these little kind of budget things, you find it really hard to unlock the barbarian gear. That's the problem. So I'm going to get my bookcase and I'm going to put it there. Now I've got 34 left, which annoyingly means I just haven't got enough to build to buy these leather gloves. But actually, there is another way of doing it. You go back to build mode, put something over another object, and right-click. You sell that item, and you actually get some of that money back. So I'm going to keep one pedestal, and I'm going to put these items, and I'm going to now have one row for each of these, and I'm going to take that 40, and I'm now going to order leather gloves. And the idea is that this day, which I'm just going to fill up this as much as possible, this as much as possible, and this as much as possible. And hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have a row of 3 and some money left over. We want to do a bit of maths and work out how we're doing. We started off with 60. This shelf is worth 50. This is worth 4, that's 54. This is worth 10, that's 64. This is worth 25. 64 plus 25 is a number. 64, 74, 84, 89. So we've actually increased our money by about 50% in one day, which isn't bad at all. And I did some maths. So there we go. There's our 3 items. We've got no extra money. So that's all we can do. A quick sweep up. Because the morning is quite slow, when you get loads and loads and loads of stuff around your shop, you can do a little bit of stocking at this time, or like I do, you can go and clean up the corpses from the night before to make the town unaware of the bludgeoning death you have caused. Remember, don't look down too much when you're sweeping. You need to look forward. kill all these? I don't remember this meant the amount of death. Maybe I did. So at this point, I would strongly recommend that you save up all of your K. Remember to change back to shopkeeper mode. Save up all of your K and get this one here. Unlock tier 1 warrior items, because it will enable you to do more of those quests. Now, we luckily have a quest that we can use here, frost resist potions. And when hopefully we'll complete that today. We should do. And when we do, we're going to get some extra K points, and then we need to kind of look out for another ones we want. In fact, this would be a superb one. 10 health potions and 10 frost potions. Just be careful, because frost potions and mana potions can sometimes look quite similar. I think that's a frost potion. The frost ones and the mana ones look quite similar. You can change quests, but you can't change a quest, change to another quest, and then change back to that quest. So if I change quest, I will lose that one completely. So that's why I'm leaving that one there. And then we play, the old waiting game. Now, while doing this, I will just make a few other little points that I've discovered here. The warriors, all of your customers at the beginning are warriors and barbarians, mainly on the kind of warrior thing. So they want swords, shields, and a few potions and armor. They do not want weed and plants and magic and mana potions and yada, 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 yada. So one of the things I did, which didn't help, was early on I unlocked the garden, and I was like, hooray, I've got a whole new area. And I made the garden, I grew loads of plants, and I put my plants out, and all the warriors came in and went, don't really want that. And so it was useless. So stick to while you're selling to the warriors. Oh, lovely. He bought 2 items. See that? He bought 2. And because he bought two because we took that unlock, which I'll talk about in a minute. So we're going to order not a wooden shield. More leather gloves. Another frost potion. Can I afford any more? That's 65. That's 90. We can get a second frost potion. Now you can go and sell to people. Now, if I run over to this guy and just click and press F on him, this was one of the things you used to be able to do before the latest patch. If I click on him, I can offer him an inventory item. I haven't got any inventory items there, but if I had something in my inventory, I could sell him it, but only at 110%. Now, inside the shop right now, we're selling at 125% plus that 10% from that unlock we had. So we're actually selling at 135%. So if you run around selling things to people outside, you're making less profit than you would if you sold it in the shop, until, if we go back to the skills, you unlock one of these, which actually then enables you to do more. But so it's good that the game gives you lots of different ways of playing the game, because ultimately this is a strategy game, and so for a strategy game to work, you need choices, don't you? Then there has to be options in your strategy. So why not give it a go? Make a shop that become a street seller rather than a shopkeeper, and let me know how it goes. But I'm not. My shop, my roleplay, my domain is going to be fully based around these ideas. Now, one of the reasons why I like the bookcase is because it puts all of these things in one place, so I can just stand in front of it and just go digga, 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 digga. Whereas with the pedestals, you have to kind of keep looking around and changing, and everything's just slower. What's he going to get? He bought 2 things again, so I can order that straight away. So frost potion, leather gloves, and I can do another frost potion again. Now I'm just going to do that thing again. Hopefully by the time you see this video, they'll remove this little glitch where people won't go to an additional item. But for now, if you're playing it soon, just keep moving items across, and you may find it helps in some situations. Maybe. Let's see what this guy's going to go for. Sometimes they will tell you other items they're looking for, and again, that's a good reason to quickly unlock additional things to sell. So we'll quickly leg it across. We've got 16 left, so let's order another health potion. Possibly I should have ordered another health potion there rather than the 3rd frost one, because remember what I said at the beginning of the video, the more options you have for things to people to buy, the more people will come into your shop and will want to kind of buy things in the first place. But hopefully by the end of this day, hopefully we will have this full. We might even have a fourth item on there, but we'll see how it goes. So again, I'm just going to move that one across. Our health potions in. Now, someone didn't like the gloves, sadly. And we've got 41 there. So I'm going to completely stock up on health potions. And there goes the gloves. Dang it. Now, another little thing is if you go back to your broom and scroll down, you've got a hammer in here as well. Because these items wear out. And you'll notice sometimes you see little kind of cracks on them. And those little cracks are... The item can eventually kind of be destroyed. Now, with a plinth, a pedestal, it doesn't really matter because it only costs 4. Come back, thief! But with other items, it can actually cost you quite a lot or even be quite bank destroying. So I would strongly recommend that at least once a day, you go around just kind of hammering everything to make sure that you have no danger of these things collapsing. So I was pausing there while I was working out my maths. Because the orders take a little while to come in, you've got to work out that balance in your head of maximizing the amount that you've put in this order, but also maximizing the variety. Did he steal something or just knock something off the shelf? I think he just knocked it off the shelf. Also maximizing the variety of the items in your shop. You can't always assume because someone is running out of your shop that they nicked something. They might have knocked something off the shelves, or maybe they're just late for something. You just can't tell. So you've just got to... Oops. You've got to just go with what is there. Oh, that flew off the shelves. Got 104 here, so I'm going to go for 2 leather gloves. Oh, and I just can't quite get to another frost potion. But I should have bought a frost potion because that would have given me 3 different types. Mistakes! So easy to make these mistakes. Slim, we've got 1 minute 45 left of the day. He didn't like that. Put it back up. Now, one of the reasons I've put my markup on 125% is because I initially tried it on like 180%, 140%, 150%. And basically what happens is the higher you put it, the more times customers will come in, just knock something off the shelf and go. And firstly, you've kind of then wasted a customer coming into your shop. Secondly, you've then wasted the time it's going to take you to kind of pick it up because then another customer might come in and not be able to buy it. What am I doing? So I've put it. I've decided that I'm going to go for less profit on each item, but lower the amount of times they knock things off, lower the amount of time I have to spend picking things up. Because it is frustrating when they come in. Because when a customer comes in, you're like, oh, good, here's money, and it is then a waste when they leave without buying anything. And when I put it on like 180%, it was basically 50-50, but 50-50. 50% of my customers knocked something off and then went out. Now, there may be those of you watching this who are experienced players and actually saying, no, you need to put it up higher, and there are logical reasons why, and that's absolutely fine. I'm just going on my personal experiences of it. And behold, a new item. Oh, that's annoying. I pressed the order button without meaning to. Genius. I meant to order gloves and health potions. But the things weren't removed there, so assuming I can check my amount of money and see how I do. Now, the evenings aren't that quiet. you think, because the music goes quieter in the evenings, so you get the impression that actually not that many people are going to come in, but they actually do. Let's get the gloves back up. Oh, that's Frost. Get 4 health potions. We'll get 1 frost potion. So I chose to get those additional boots. But as long as we've got a more expensive set of goods in at the end of the day than we had at the beginning, then we're doing absolutely fine. But keep an eye on them, especially at this early stage. You really got to keep an eye on them because you can't afford losses, because each one of these goods at the moment really is a significant part of your wealth. Three minutes left. Oh, and a little Christmas sombrero man goes happily past. Now, if you do have more than 3, you can always use that bottom shelf. The reason why I don't use the bottom shelf is because it's actually really hard to get the goods on there. I hope the developers put a crouch button in, because what you'll often find is you'll fill up the first 3 shelves, and then you can't put things on the bottom shelf because it'll just say, "Oh, you want to pick up the first item?" You'll be like, "No, I want to put something else down." So a crouch button would solve that. Eventually, you start to get to learn how often, how much, how long the deliveries take, and you're almost going to go there in advance. There we go. We can get some more gloves back down. Now, you can plan in advance, of course, your end of night. Because I could decide I want to build a table in the morning. Oh, let's just check. Our quest is complete. Just wonder if there's another quest I could grab. Yes, I'm going to grab this one for non-mages, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to grab an armored boot, the leather glove. Remember, you can tap in and tap out. You can just kind of press Q, and kind of check what you've got, and literally check what you've got in your shelves and kind of put it up and down to see what is there. We have 1 minute, 40 seconds left of customerization. Yeah? Okay. Now, the reason I picked that particular quest there is because it wants wooden shields, swords, and plate helmets. And if we build a table or a counter, then we can start to sell the first 2 items. We can't do the helmet until we have unlocked the barbarian gear. Oh, remember to always, if you find you can't use something, then the answer normally is that you haven't turned to the shopkeeper mode back again. There's our gloves. Our boots. So remember, I said at the beginning of this day that the goal was to have a kind of full rack. And we've kind of got it. If you think that this is the same value as a boot, we've almost made it. There's still 30 seconds. What's going to happen? What crazy profits can we make? They both knocked things off just to make sure this tutorial finished with me looking terrible. Anyone else? 18 seconds? Come on, everything about them must go. If you ever buy anything by mistake, by the way, and you don't want it and you can't sell it or you can't put it on something, do that thing where I said you go out and speak to a person here. So say for example, I bought a shield, and at the moment I've got nothing to put a shield on. So if you just come outside and sell it to someone walking by, you'll only gain a tiny bit of profit on it, but at least you've got the money for that item back. And then you're sorted. And you can see all these people are running here, and that means that it's time up and they're just going to run to the city's exit. And then we can take stock, quite literally, and see what we've got. So let's count these as 40. So we've got 40, 80, 120, 145, 155, 165, 175, plus the value of the bookcase, which was 50, so that's 225, plus the value of the plinth, so 259, something like that, plus the 20 gold we got, which we got 270. So we've more than doubled our money in that particular time. Now, and not if I'd have monitored it a bit more carefully, what I probably should do at this point is, if I go to build mode, what I probably should have done is had enough for a table, which is 25 gold. And I could have built that table and I could have started to sell these wooden swords and shields and wooden swords and shields. The only way I could get that extra money right now would be to sell the bookcase. I don't think you can actually sell, as far as I know, I don't think you can actually sell individual items back, because I could sell, say, the books back. So as it is, I think we'll just have a little sweep up, because I have another health potion, so I don't need to go for another one. So I think we're just going to open again straight away on day 3. You can see here we have 71k, and what I'm hoping to get us to, if you remember, is that sweet 120, which we should do, because we have been leveling up really, really well. We're now on level 4 on the 3rd day, and if we're lucky and we purchase well, we should hit level 6 by the end of today. I'm tired of carrying this. I bought too many health potions. Oh, you see that above there? That means that it's in danger of breaking, and there were big cracks across it as well. So I broke my own little guideline. Yeah, if I'd have not bought those 3 health potions, I could have bought a table, and then we'd have a table here, and then as profit came in, we could have started putting swords and shields down. So it doesn't, I mean, at the end of the day, there's not really a rush to do these things. So if you don't make the best use of the first few days, it doesn't matter. You know, you can catch up later. But there's something nice about feeling that you're making progress every day, you know? The other nice thing about this table is it's just also kind of neat, you know? 25. You know, everything's just in the kind of one place, and especially early on when you don't have huge amounts of goods, you can really micromanage. As the game goes on and you end up with a far busier shop and you end up with shelf after shelf after shelf after shelf, and you will actually get there a lot quicker than you think. You know, the micromanagement goes out of the window and you end up just kind of shoving things a little bit more. Oh, well, whilst just making things look beautiful, of course, because this is your shop, damn it. Now, do remember, of course, to keep checking your quests, because if one that came up that wanted me to get more potions, then I would still switch over, because remember, we can't sell helmets at the moment. Come back. Definitely need to take that item back, because that's a pricey one. So now we've got back to the state. We've now got 4 different items available, which is good. So I'm going to make another quick order, and I'm going to order another one of those armored boots, because I'm assuming they're going to go. Hopefully by the end of the day, we should really have quite a significant amount of cash. Just going to move some of these up to the top in case anyone was kind of walking towards them previously. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I could instruct you with before I kind of round off this tutorial. I think I've gone through the big things. I mean, sell the warrior items first. If you unlock mages and rogues and whatever coming to your store, then you've got to kind of think about have you actually got items for them to buy yet? Because if you look carefully at the skills here, it says tier 0 mage, tier 1 mage items. So you'll only unlock a few things kind of as you go. So it's probably worth almost kind of having 200 there before you unlock that, because then you can get some serious kind of profit out of it. There's also these things here. Press F to break this wall down for 10,000 gold. And you're going to get to 10,000 gold a lot quicker than you think you will. I know at the moment we're scrapping over tiny, tiny amounts, but, we're going to get there. And you might want to consider having like one of your rooms be like the... Whoops. One of your rooms be kind of like the barbarian room, one be the mage room, one be this and maybe that. And then you can experiment with the layouts a lot. I mean, this is your shop. I mean, you can back bookcases onto each other. So you could have things on both sides of this. You could put an armor rack on one side. You can have weapons racks are two-sided. So I had a big chain of them all going down here at one point. Good, the leather gloves are gone. Annoyingly, I bought these boots because I thought these were going to sell. And then sometimes you'll find things will just go really quickly, and other times you'll find they'll just stay in the shop for ages. There we go. Now I can put that there. The profit is worth it, though, when they finally go. Another thing I will show you, though, just before we... go a bit further. Oh, leather gloves. Armored boots. You can actually look, even when you're ordering. The hallmark of a good shopkeeper is always know where things are in your shop. You can see there a whole bunch of stuff went there very, very quickly. And I don't mean stolen. But we were also able to do a really big order there as well. I don't know how much of it you were able to kind of see as we went with it, but the orders are going to get bigger and bigger to the point that we will eventually never run out of stock. Come on. Trust me. Glove. Boots. Portion. Let's do another order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one of them. Another one of them. Another one of them. See, we were doing orders of little kind of 10s and 20s and 30s, and now we're doing orders of like 200 and 200s and so on. We're still in the middle of the day. You might kind of think, oh, there's only 3 minutes left and so on, and then only 3 minutes of the evening, but it goes quickly. Oh, by the way, you have a magic button as well. Magic button is an instant kill, which makes you feel thoroughly badass while you do it. Oh, no, not for him. Those boots went just in time. 4 frost potions. Another set of armored gloves. Another health potion. Takes us to 194. So at the end of this day, we definitely need to make sure we leave space for some tables, and probably tables plural as well. By the way, you can actually, as you click on each one as they come in, you can actually see what they're looking for. So he's going to check out the armored boots. There are no other armored boots, so he's going to get to one point and turn around and walk out. Oh, those sold as I put them, literally flying off the shelves. Come on. Here we are. Get them back on the shelves as quickly as you can. I'm ready for another order. That time we went for That time we went for 4 leather gloves. So not only, because we could have filled that whole thing full of health potions ages ago, but to actually fill it full of the items that cost 40 each is going to be a bit more of an achievement. We want 2 tables. Oh, he did lob something properly off there. Tables cost... Too soon, I think. Remember to repair your stuff at least once a day. Tables cost 25 each. And it would be nice to start the day with at least 1 item on there, but that's optional. We can buy the items during the day. You can see now how quickly the goods go in the days. And we're dealing with 1 shelf. Imagine if you were dealing with the whole shop. But the money is coming in. Look, we've got 268 to spend here, and we can't even spend it because we've got another order still coming in. Maybe if I'd held on for a couple of seconds, I could have put in a second order, but there's gaps on the shelves. We need them in. And we need them in now as we go into the evening phase. I'm sure that skeleton outside is reminding the thieves that they should be very careful in a shop like mine. Remember, the bigger variety of goods you have, out, the better. 3 armored boots, a few armored gloves, frost resistance, and a couple of health potions. So we're now doing an order that's going to cost me 282. That's probably going to be my last order of the day. We'll save up for some swords and shields. Although the money is rolling in, but we have still got 4 minutes left. And that is time for a couple of orders. So we could have maybe got a table up and running that day and sold a few things like swords and shields again as well, but it's not really necessary. We've made good profit. If we do a nice little kind of calculation of the money we've made at the end of today, I think we're going to be pretty pleased. Still got 3 minutes 17 left. I am actually tempted to put another order in. Did I just screw up and order something and then try and unorder it? Oops. Get him back on quick. In case someone else was coming to look at them. He's going to check out a health potion. See, he moved. He didn't come in there because he was looking at the health potion which was supposed to be there. Health potion going at just the right time. Still got 2 minutes left. And a nice crack in this. Such a well-worn thing. See, with 2 minutes left, do I do another order? We have time. There you go, big order there, 269. But hopefully we'll get enough money today to really put some good new bits and bobs out tomorrow. The music's good. Obviously, I know you guys can't hear the music because of the audio settings I've got up, but I like the way it kind of brings you down at the end of the day. The day music is very much like, got to do this, got to do this, got to be frantic, got to sort this out, got to fix this. And the evening music kind of gently kind of brings you home, a bit like a cool down at the end of a gym trip. Did he steal something? He might have stolen those gauntlets. It's a big mite, though. Yep, he did. Good day indeed, sir. And I do have a remaining frost version. 406, 25 seconds later. Okay, I'm not going to order anything else now for this day. We'll just see what we've got at the end of it. And the boots are gone. Now, you are going to have to do a bit of experimentation to see what exactly goes on what. And what I mean by that is that, there are some objects that you would expect that will go on an item and it doesn't. So, for example, the pedestals hold quite a lot of things, but they won't hold swords and shields. Swords and shields need tables. And then you get armor, and armor will only go on an armor rack, I think. So you have quite specialized items. This is another reason why the bookcases are so good, is because they hold potions and these gloves and just small items in general. Shop has been saved. Right, 550. Should we do the maths so we can get excited here? We've got 40, 40, 40. And I've got another one in my hand, so that's 4 times 4, which is 160, plus 50, which is 210, 220, 230, plus the cost of the bookcase, which is now 280, 284 with the pedestal, plus the 515, which takes us to 700 and 800. Basically to 800. And now we can check our K rating as well. We're on 127. You know what that means? It means we can unlock the tier 1 warrior items. Spending all that K. Now we've got this tier 1 items, we can now do these helmets as well. So we could have done wooden shields and wooden sword planes already, but now we can do the plate helmets as well. And if I just look at the other quests, you can also do this front offense one. We could also do this prepare for winter one. So this is where we're going to get our K from in the future. Like front offense would be a brilliant quest to go for, because it's got that. But look at how you have got to do 15 of each sword, which is big. But, we'll get there. And we've got 7K left to kind of play with. The rest of these are now a lot less kind of urgent. And I'll just set up the shop and then I'll end this kind of tutorial here. So these will be useful. The armor rack will definitely be useful, and the counter weapon. So these may well be the next ones we go for, these other racks. But for now, we go to press number 3 to do our building. We can go to table. And we can put a couple of these out. And again, you can lay them out in whatever way you find helpful. I'm going to put them just to this side. I mean, eventually the whole shop's going to be quite big with stuff everywhere. I think I can go for 4? Or is 4 pushing it? This could be a little bit of a kind of a centerpiece. I think I've mucked up my... Yep, they're not exactly in line. But because we've now saved up so much money, we can now probably get these things in. So what do we need here? We needed 5 shields, 5 swords, and 5 helmets. So if we just kind of see where they go, we got let's get a couple of swords, a couple of shields. Now helmets, we'll have to see if that'll go on the pedestal. I'm not entirely sure we can place the helmet. Remember, if you just buy one, you can find out, and then you can sell it to just a person walking by. So that's going to cost 408 just by itself. But you've seen how the game works now. We'll sell these, selling them all at a decent profit. As we sell them, we'll replace the items. Everything will start to build up. Then we'll unlock something using the K we've got. But the main thing is just make sure you unlock items first to take advantage of the early K. And we did actually make it to level 6 as well. In fact, if we hadn't made it to level 6, we wouldn't have been able to get the advanced warrior stuff this turn. But we did, which is pretty awesome. And here come our beloved goods from the world of warrior suppliers. So these can be our swords. These can be our shields. Can I put the helmet anywhere? No. No, I can't. So in order to put the helmet down, I'll need a helmet rack. And to get a helmet rack, I will need a hat rack, which will cost me 20k. So that's another reason for that to be the next thing I do. But that does mean we'll be able to complete this quest for a whole lot of K after the next day. So for now, we'll stick some gloves on there. All right. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful. Good luck with your shop. Why don't you tweet me some pictures of your final creations over at TheAdiposeTV. That's on Twitter. And if you're not yet following the channel, please do. I do a massive variety of games, including role plays and tutorials and multiplayer stuff. And I hope you've enjoyed it today. You have been fantastic, my friends. You know what? So was I. So, goodbye.